Hi friends, it's Laura. Okay, look, I know I didn't want to start off this way, right? I wanted to have a nice, pretty introduction to really prepare you for what you were about to see. And then I realized it would take way too long to upload to my computer so that I could edit it together. And so we're just going in. Laura, what is happening behind you? I know. I know. So, you know how I talked about my getting my space organized and all this stuff, and I always talk about being overwhelmed by my inventory, and so that's not all of it. This is the only part you're going to get to see so far, but I thought that what I could do is kind of sort through some of this nightmare pile with you. Why would I do that? For a couple of reasons. Number one, I needed to come up with a good video idea for today, and it was either this or talking about customer service. And I feel like you'll stick around for this one longer. Maybe I'm incorrect. I don't know. Number two, I feel like at least some of you out there relate to this. So if that is true, I am so sorry. It sucks. It's not fun. But you're not alone, as I'm sure you probably already suspected. And number three, I don't know, just because. Right? So, fun times. So, what are you looking at right now? This right here is my bed. Behind you is the spot where I am normally standing when I'm taking my photos or filming any of my videos, setting up my rack for my whatnot show, etc. Directly behind me here, that's a bench that's buried beneath things. This is my dress form, and there's all sorts of fun things in here. So we're going to dig in a little bit. Now, part of what inspired me to do this is that when I was sitting down and writing through all of my little 2025 goals, I had written out all of these different goals that I want to try to work on for 2025. And they're all individual projects, and all of them are kind of involved, and they are tedious and slow moving. And so I thought if I wrote them all down, and I can kind of refer back to it throughout the year and keep track of the progress that I'm making, and that maybe that would help motivate me. And that is kind of true. But there are a couple of goals on that list that are hard to parse out as far as planning on managing them. And I'm going to show you a little bit about why some of that is. So one of the really big goals that's hard for me to manage is basically dealing with these hoard piles, right? I just kind of called it my hoard pile. Number one, I don't want to call it a hoard pile. That feels negative and shamey and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really love the idea of calling it, resellers would call it a death pile, because it's all of the inventory that you've purchased but never listed, and it's just kind of sitting there withering in the corner while you go out and thrift more things, right? I don't like death pile necessarily. I don't care anymore, whatever. Some people will call it a money pile instead, because it's just a pile of money waiting to be earned, yay, and that's fine. I don't know what I want to refer to this as yet. It is kind of a little pile of sweet little pieces of clothing that need to be rescued from what's happening back here, right? So yes, I personify too many things. It helps me. So let's get into this a little bit. So first of all, here on my bed, this is a little bit of a mess, but this is not a mess that I need to manage. This is the same sweater you've seen me wearing in the past 42 videos. And these are all clothes that I was working on for whatnot. So those are just going to get hung up, and we're not worried about that right now. This is my tower of IKEA bags, as you can see. They're all full of different things, and they're kind of time capsule-y, because what will happen is I will have maybe a pile of, let's say, whatnot clothes that I'm rotating out, and I don't know what to do with them, so I throw them in an IKEA bag, and then they don't really get dealt with, and they just get stacked over here at the end of the night when I want to go to sleep, right? So I don't know how much of that we're going to get into today, because I'm not trying to torture you. We're not going to make this crazy long, But what I notice every time I go through anything in these piles is that This is full of all sorts of stuff. There's my own clothing, there's stuff that needs repair, there's stuff that maybe needs to be soaked, there's stuff that is probably listed and just needs to be put away, honestly. That's possible. There is stuff that, there's all sorts of stuff in here. It's crazy town. There's clothing, there's, you know, sewing patterns, there's a lamp in here somewhere. So let's see. I think I might need to shift a little bit, which is a bad idea because I worked so hard to get decent lighting without shadows. You don't have no idea how long that took me to set up, and now I just moved and okay. So there's so much stuff. You can't even see it all. All right. So first thing. Now here's the other thing, and this is going to like explain why I have some of the problems that I have with this stuff. A lot of this stuff, you know, in corporate America, they try to tout this idea of like only handle everything one time. That's not possible here at all. So there's a lot of stuff here that is still sort of going to be shuffled around. And I also am kind of don't have a free, I have one free IKEA bag right now. So I can't even like properly store things, but you're going to see what's going to happen. So number one, I have this cute little sweater. I really like this. I like it because of the silhouette, but it's a little bit ratty. Okay. So you can see it's like pilly looking, and it has this little hole over here. And so I think it's got some cute potential, but it's not really list worthy at this time. So I'm going to fold it up, and this is going to be in a pile of things that need to be worked on. Okay. You might say, well, why don't you just work on it today? Because half of this fucking pile is stuff like this, right? And so I did repair 2 items already today. So I did that. And I actually sweater shaved a 3rd item. So I'm doing those things, okay? But there's just a lot of pieces that require that kind of stuff. Next is this dress, which I think is lovely, but it does have a little like ink mark on it. I've tried 2 different things so far to get that stain out, and it has not even thought about budging yet. So this is also going to get folded up and put into a pile of things that we will try to repair. Okay. Now I have a lot of stuff in the things we're going to repair pile. And for the most part, it's stuff that I do want to make the effort to repair, but there is a lot of it. Okay. This item, which I love, is a really beautiful little 50s dress. And let me see, this had a couple of issues. Number one, it used to stink. Oh my God, it reeked so bad, but I did soak it and cleaned it up. However, it also has some pretty major holes, right? So there's that. Now, this fits me. So I think it's a beautiful dress. I really love it. And it's got like a bunch of holes up in here too and stuff. Despite the holes, I would definitely still wear this. What I want to do is try to patch those holes. It is a little bit more of a project than I have the skill set for, and it's like a personal project because this is not going to be listed anywhere, most likely. But I think it's a good piece to sort of practice that on. I really don't have experience patching holes. I think this dress is really pretty, and I think I would enjoy, I almost did wear it for a Whatnot show one day. I don't remember why I didn't, but it's very beautiful. So I'm going to put this in a separate pile because this is a me project as opposed to like a work related project. So I'm in 2 piles. Now let's see. These 2 shirts over here. These are just shirts that I need to list. These were my boyfriend's at one point in time. They're awesome. HRC, little Western style shirt. It's so cool. And I have drafts like started for these, not written. This is a tuxedo shirt. That was also his at one point in time. And these now are going to get put into a pile of things that need to be just listed, straight up listed. I mean, and that means I need to write the drafts, I need to photograph them, and then obviously full out list them. But they're going to go in that pile. I also have multiple bags of that type of thing. I really am making a very concerted effort to get all of these little projecty things managed. I have I've talked about this so many times. You know, I get the inventory in for whatnot, I load it up, it doesn't all sell, I don't get enough of it listed out to Etsy, eBay, whatever, and stuff just backs up. So I am working hard to try and catch up with all of the backlog, but it's going to take me a very long time. It took me a very long time to build it, so it will take a very long time to sell it. And of course, I'm going to keep doing my whatnot sales in the meantime and all of that. But all right, let's see. This is one of the dresses I picked up at the Goodwill outlet a week or so ago. It needs to be soaked, so I am going to also put this in a little pile about stuff that needs work. So, okay. And these just need like OxiClean kind of soaking. I've been working on them. So stuff like this is a little, it's not difficult. You just throw it in some OxiClean, but it's a multicolor cottony thing. And you know, sometimes stuff can bleed. I don't expect that these will, but do you know how many times I didn't expect that it would bleed? And I put both of the dresses in at the same time, and then, hey, guess what? They bleed. So I'm gonna probably just soak those one at a time. This is just a really cute little party dress. I'm just sitting here on the floor. This needs to be steamed, right? I think that they're not supposed to be quite that messy. So I am going to put this in a little separate bag, which is going to be stuff I want to list, but like a little bit more immediately. The men's shirts may make it in there. I don't know. The thing with the men's clothing is that it gets photographed differently, you know. So, all right, let's see. This is another thing from the Goodwill outlet, and it also needs to be soaked. And this one is, as you can see, red and white. So there will most likely be some bleeding involved with that. It's got yellowing, but OxiClean will definitely make that red bleed. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Oh, this is just a little pair of panties that's going to go on eBay. Let's see. I'm going to throw those over there because I know there's a whole bunch of eBay lingerie in here. This is a little hanky that's going to need a soak. A little hanky that's probably going to go into a project pile that I have. Let's see. Another little hanky that needs a soak. In fact, that needs a soak first anyway. Okay. And then this is going to be more eBay lingerie. It's a little garter belt thing. It's very cute. So this will probably be not just eBay, whatever. You don't care. We don't need to know that right now, Laura. It doesn't matter. Oh, God. All right. I might avalanche some stuff here. What are we doing? Okay. This can go in immediate listing. This is just a pretty little like 40s-ish towel. And here's you're probably looking at that going, oh yeah, it was in a haul video recently. I know, right? Yeah. This is my own personal sweater. I love this sweater. This is about 792 times too big for me, but look at it. I'm not selling it. I would love to figure out how to make it smaller, but it's knit and whatever. That's like a project for some day far, far, far in the future because I have so many projects, a lot. Okay, let's see. My own personal hat. You guys may remember these. This is the little Vanity Fair undies. So for now, I am still keeping these. I didn't do anything with them yet because I tried them on and then threw them in a pile. So that's it. All right, let's see. Let's pull some of these down. Okay, this sweater is going to go in the Let Us Get It Listed pile. Also gigantic. I did take some photographs of it on myself. I don't know if it's sufficient for listing, but at least I got some photographs taken, so I'm going to put it in the Let's Get It Listed immediately bag because I already have the photos sitting on my phone taking up space. All right, this is going to go in the eBay lingerie pile, and let's see, look at that. Probably needs to go in the wash me pile. It does. It needs to be soaked. But I'm still going to throw it in the eBay lingerie pile because I suspect that there will be other people. If I put it in the like stuff to be like repaired and soaked pile, it's going to sit there for 4 more years. If I throw it in the eBay lingerie pile, there's a chance I'll get it dealt with faster. Come down, everyone. So sorry. Okay. This, I probably need to put this in the let's list it immediately pile because I love this thing. This is a lingerie like robe. It's very tangled right now, that I got from the vintage stylist lady. And I just keep shuffling it around and not listing it. The thing with listing it is that I have to put it over something else when I model it, obviously. Like you need to have an idea of how this would be worn, and you're looking at that going, what the fuck is that? I know. So here is, it's very, very pretty. And I'm going to need to get like a little nightie to put underneath it when I model it, which is ideally a nightie that I'm going to sell, because then if anybody ever, here's the thing, if I ever put anything that I'm not selling in the photos, people inevitably say like, oh, is that for sale? Then I have to say no. So I always try to use other pieces that are currently available for sale, or, you know, that I'm listing, so that I can say, yes, that is for sale. Here it is. Or no, that sold. So sorry. All right. This is a really cute little red lace dress that I got from Betty Jo Vintage on Whatnot. And I don't think I've even tried it on. I didn't get it for me. I think that she had it at like some ridiculously low price and I thought it was cute and I had credit. So I bought it and I have to figure out how to model it. So it's just a thing to be listed. So this is a sweater to be listed. I think I modeled this already. So this is definitely going in my to be listed like immediately bag. And by immediately, I mean like that's the stuff I'm going to work on next. But I also have like a bunch of garments on hangers that I'm also working on next. So, you know, it's also why it takes me so long. Anyway, that's a sweater that I need to get listed. I think I photographed it already though. I know that I intended to, and I don't know if I got around to it. Okay, let's see. We're making a little bit of progress so far. You can't see it because the camera is too low, but there's this one spot that's clear, even though all I've really done is still shuffled it around. But at least when I look at this, there's, you know, you could say like, just grab a thing off the top and like draft it, list it, photograph, whatever. It just, whenever I look at this and then I try to make a decision about, well, what should I grab and what should I do? It just is overwhelming to me. If I know that I have a bag of stuff that's just waiting to be drafted or that's specifically going on Whatnot, it makes it easier for me to do. This particular piece, this is a sweater dress that I also got this past week. This is going to go on Whatnot. So I'm going to actually put that up here next to Skibs. So sorry. Hi, bud. Here's Skibs back here. Isn't he cute? Okay. All right, let's see. I got an avalanche again. Here. All right. Come down. Calm down. Come on down, friends. Such a mess. Okay. There we go. And you. Alrighty, lots of fun stuff. This is tissue paper that was in a holiday gift, and then my cat was sleeping on it, so I couldn't throw it away. So that goes over there towards the garbage can. This is a shirt that I had listed on Whatnot that did not sell. I don't know why. It is the cutest thing in the world. Love it so much. And what is this made out of? I was going to keep it. And 100% rayon. I put it on this morning. It is really cute. Maybe I'll try it again. I don't know. I put it on this morning. It's so cute, like all little chickens and stuff. But then I felt like I was getting really hot while I was wearing it. And if you're young, you won't understand this necessarily. But as you age and you experience the change, you start being really intolerant of different types of fabrics. Like I have a very hard time wearing polyesters. I need everything to be like breathable. And so this is rayon though, so I wouldn't have thought it was a problem. But I felt like it was making me too hot when I was trying to wear it. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to try and list it. See, it's really cute. All right. This is another sweater that I had pulled out it was up on Whatnot at some point, which is why it's still on a hanger. I pulled it out because I was going to photograph it also to list. stuff like this. So I get it for Whatnot. I think it's neat, but it's not like really lighting my fire. You know what I mean? So once it's been in a few Whatnot shows and it doesn't sell, obviously then I need to list it for regular sites. I actually think this is a men's sweater. And when I list stuff on my regular sites, you know, I try to like style it and model it and all that stuff. And I don't know, I don't style this well because it's not my personal aesthetic. I think it's cool. I think someone will love it. It's not my personal aesthetic, and therefore it's hard for me to style. And so then I avoid it. And so that's what's been going on. And I finally pulled it and was like, we're not avoiding this anymore. And yet I still have avoided it successfully, apparently. But I did photograph a whole bunch of other stuff I was avoiding. This is already listed on Whatnot. Sorry, bud. It's for Whatnot. I photographed now. This also is going to go on Whatnot. It's a jumpsuit. You know, it's an awesome jumpsuit, but okay. It's not what we're here for today. This is my own personal skirt, and it's one that I use a lot when I'm photographing pieces for Etsy because it's just a black pencil skirt. So if I can't figure out what to put with something, that's a very easy thing. I put that skirt on and then I can photograph like 6 different tops. I mean, as many tops as I want. This is a Champion sweatshirt that I have drafted already. I just didn't photograph it. It is a reverse weave, but I think I'm hesitating on it because it does have some spots that I couldn't get out, and they're super light, and I did price it accordingly, but my brain has decided that we're avoiding it because it's got spots that whatever. It's like when you're walking up the stairs and you have like one flight left. It's always the last flight that's hard, even if like whether it's 3 flights or 6 flights. You can get all the way to like that last flight and then it's like, this is impossible. Okay, anyway. All right, this is a sweater that I love that I had in my personal collection. My personal collection. I hate people who say that. It bothers me so much. I had it in my closet. It was in my own wardrobe, but I just don't wear it very often because again, not quite my aesthetic, but I love the little Cracker Jack guys. Anyway, I had it up on Whatnot, but then I noticed that it had runs in one of the shoulders. And so I did repair the runs. You can see it's like bunchy there, but at least they're not going to expand. And now I'm going to get that listed on regular Etsy, whatever. So that's going to go in the let's get it listed bag. Okay. This is now we're going to get in like stopped up land. Hold on. This is another piece that's just going up on Whatnot. A lot of these were already like on my bed, but I had to change my sheets and they all got thrown over in this pile when I had to do that. So I have, this is a little box that we got some Christmas gifts in. This is already drafted. This is in the Christmas box. I already drafted it. I just need to photograph it. It's fucking handkerchief. It's so small. It should just be listed. And then, I don't know what, see now here's the thing. This is what I always do. I've got more stuff in here. I was like, oh, I don't know where to put all of this right now. I'm just going to throw it over here. No, I'm just going to put it back there and we'll deal with it later. Put it back in the pile instead of into a new pile is essentially what I just did. This is my own personal thing. I probably wore it during a Whatnot show and it made it into this giant hoard. So I'm going to put that with my clothes so that I can put it away. All right, this is projecty stuff for me. Again, do you guys remember this? I found this in a thrift haul. I was so stoked because it's a 2-piece set and I found both pieces independently of one another and I love it. The pants fit me, so that was exciting. Look at this print. This is ridiculous. I love it. But the shirt has a hole or 2 in it. And here's the other thing. So see all these little like pleaty guys? They're like stitched together. So it's almost like somebody folded the fabric like over itself and stitched the folds in place. But all the stitching holding those little folds in place is like giving way. So anytime you move in the fabric at all, hold on. Oh, my microphone over here, I forget. And so it like all comes undone like so easily. So I'm still going to wear it. I mean, I'm relieved that I love it because obviously if I picked it up to sell it, that would have been super disappointing. But I'm just going to, oh, look at this. the wide legs and everything. I guess the hem needs to be fixed on these. Anyway, so the pants are fine, but the shirt is, I don't even know where the shirt is. It's somewhere. The shirt has some holes, and so I haven't worn it yet or done anything with it. And whatever, we'll see. All right, next. These are just my own personal pants, so they have to be put away. Is this like motivational for you guys? Is this like, are you feeling a sense of like community because you're not alone, because Laura also has a giant hoard of crap at the end of her bed? By the way, this is the one at the end of my bed. And then I have the one, I'm looking at them. I'm not going to show them to you. Maybe someday. I have the one that's on a trunk, which is just right now stuff that was on Whatnot and is being rotated out. And then I have a third hoard pile that is just made up of so many things. Stuff that needs to be repaired or soaked, stuff that needs to go to the laundromat, but not the send it out to the laundromat, like I have to take it so that I make sure it's cleaned before it's in the dryer. And then it's also a bunch of nylons and stuff. It's such a chaotic corner. I can't. Okay, anyway. This dress is really pretty. I just need to list it, I think. It is an old French Connection dress. French Connection? Yeah. Look at that tag. It's amazing. French Connection. It's rayon, and I just thought it was really pretty. It reminded me of Indian cotton when I bought it. And I kind of was intending to keep it, but I don't really love the way it looks on me. It's probably too big. It's work size small. I don't know. It had some holes in it. I repaired the holes, and then it's been sitting. So I'm going to put it in the Let's Get It Listed bag. I think that one of the blockages with me listing that is I really have to take photos of it modeled before I try and write a draft. So that's what I'm going to do. This is a little jumpsuit, and it's very cute. It is going to go on Whatnot, but I do have a bunch of Whatnot stuff that I'm saving for warmer weather, because for some reason I keep finding jumpsuits even though it's like November, December, whatever. Okay. This, I don't know what pile to put this in. This is my own personal sweatshirt, right? It's a Lucky brand. I love this. I love these things. These things sell for a lot of fucking money. This one would not, because it's absolutely destroyed. Thankfully I thrifted this, but look at the look at the sleeve. Hold on. It's like the biggest holes ever, right? So, but I have a plan. And there's all sorts of, like, the sleeve, that sleeve has giant holes. The other sleeve has pretty giant holes. Wait, look. Hi, little Lucky cat on there. So cute. The other sleeve has some giant holes. And the cuffs are also kind of shredding apart and like whatever. They're a mess. Is this other cuff? Like, they're just, it's a mess. So, this is a piece that I cut off of the bottom of a sweatshirt that I have, because I really like the sweatshirts with the bottoms cut off. I thrifted one. It was a Champion reverse weave, and somebody had already cut the bottom off, and I was going to just resell it, but then I threw it on one day and I loved it. I don't like the look of the sweatshirt, but reverse weave sweatshirts are really nice. And just the fit of it was fantastic. It's just a plain baby blue sweatshirt. It's very boring, but I loved the fit. And so then I took one of my other like favorite vintage sweatshirts, but I'm not like, it's like an 80s, just a black sweatshirt that somebody painted a rose on. And I really like it. So I cut the bottom off to see if I loved it as much as the Champion. And I do like it so much more. So anyway, I saved this though, so that I could try to repair this thing. So this is my own personal item, but also it needs to be repaired, but I don't know when I'm going to get around to that. There's so many holes everywhere. So you're like, Laura, how are you going to repair that? I have a plan. And that part of that plan is back in this pile also. So let's see, let's put it in the to be repaired pile. Even though I do often wear this with all the holes and everything. All right, and I'm going to put this with it. And where's the, I don't, oh, here. Yay, it's right here. Okay. This is part of my plan to repair that jacket. So these are a pair of some of my favorite Free People. They're like yoga pants, okay? They are so cozy. They're like this French terry material on the inside. I love these. However, I've apparently worn the living daylights out of these because these are freshly washed, and look at how baggy the knees look and everything. They didn't even like bounce back afterwards. So what I plan on doing is trying to use like the ends of the legs and sewing, like patching the arms, right? So, and by patching, I just mean I'm gonna like turn the sweatshirt inside out and probably try and just sew a giant patch to fix the holes and everything. And I'll just cut these pants up a whole bunch. So that's what these are for. It does make me really sad that they're not very wearable anymore, but I hate the baggy knee thing. And also they're worn super thin in a bunch of areas. So at least I can try and repair that sweatshirt. And then I'm preserving my favorite sweatshirt, one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. And also like it's going towards the whole like repurpose and recycle kind of crap and like saving clothes from the landfill, you know, all that stuff. I really want to be more into that. Okay. Next is this little thermal that I got at the Goodwill outlet. This is a project piece, but it is a me project. I'm going to dye it and embellish it somehow, and I don't know how yet. This is one of my thermals that I dyed already, but I still have not embellished. I've basically dyed a whole bunch of these and not embellished very many of them at all yet. I've just been wearing them. Oh, but what I like about this one, I'm sorry, I'm so like 100 miles an hour chatty. Somebody had worn this like to paint a house or whatever, right? And so it got paint on the sleeve, but when I dyed it, the paint stayed white. So I thought that was really cool and a little bit inspirational, and like it makes me want to get like small little things of paint and do random paint kind of. I can't draw, so I don't know what I think I'm going to paint on these, but I like the idea of it and it seems cool. And it can be really abstract and it doesn't have to be amazing, right? So it'll be fine. Okay, look at that. We've got like some things done. How are you feeling so far? Tedious? Bored? All right, let's see. This is a bag that I need to list. Isn't that so cute? So I had this exact bag, not this one, but I had this same bag back in like the early 2000s, deep in the cat rescue time of my life. Obviously I would want it. It's adorable. I don't need to keep it because I just don't have that much use for this kind of bag. Like I use a purse sometimes, but like whatever. But it's had some like scuffy discolorations on the back. I did try to list it on Whatnot, but it hadn't sold. It was in a few shows. And then one day this was sitting on the bed and Rizzo got on top of it. And then she was just like, oh, this is fun to scratch. And I'm like, can you not? So now there's like little, so I don't even know what to do with this right now, right? I mean, I can sell it. I don't know. So what pile does this go in? Normally, I just like throw it over there and say I'm going to think about it later. I honestly don't know what to do with it. My two options essentially are I am either going to sell it or keep it for myself. So I don't even know. I guess I'm going to say keep it for myself only because I think if I put it in the I'm going to sell it right now pile, I will keep avoiding it. And at least if I put it in the I'm going to keep it, I'll go put it with my stuff and it'll be out of the way. That I know that rationale does not seem like it makes a lot of sense. It makes sense to me. So, let's see. This is a thing that I got returned to me. So it's still sitting in the package and I haven't dealt with it yet, and I will, and I don't want to. So, you don't need to watch me think about this. I am putting that aside for later. Sorry, that's annoying. Okay, oh, the rest of this pile over there, that's going to be rough. Okay, let's go here. These are my personal pants. how long are we? We're half an hour in. I don't know how long we want this video to be. I think I'm just going to kind of keep going because here's the reality is that you can shut this off whenever you want if you have not done that already. So, and me being on camera is helping me get some work done. Thank you. All right, let's see. I did not put on cute pants. I try to like look decent for you guys. I know sometimes I just call it in and I'm wearing like a plain t-shirt or something. I did try to look cute, but I didn't change my pants. I'm wearing different Free People French terry pants that are also falling apart, but I ordered a bunch of them on Poshmark. So, all right, let's see. So all that being said, I didn't plan for you to see my pants is what I'm trying to say. But here you go. Okay. Avalanche some of this stuff down. Oh dear. Laura. Oh no. Oh, here's a little gold mine. All right. And I say gold mine. Oh my God, even more gold mine. Okay, I say gold mine because this is so illustrative. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that word, of like the ridiculousness that occurs for me. Okay. This dress in this crumpled up pile over here, this is listed on Etsy, eBay, Depop for a long time now. Why is it over here in this pile, Laura? Well, because there is supposed to be a little hook and eye closure at the back and it's missing. And when I listed this, I said, you know what? I'll just fix it. So I'm not going to disclose it in the listing because I'm just going to fix it and then put it away. The thing that I want to fix it with like exists. And I actually just saw it earlier. I think it's in one of these IKEA bags. It's like an old bra, like a long line bra that's got a bunch of hook and eye closures, but like half of them are missing. So I was like, okay, I'll just take one of those. I mean, I've kept the stupid bra for God knows how long, only because it's got the hook and eye closures that I can like repurpose for something else. I'm not right in the head. Anyway, so that I need to do that. So this is going to go on my bed, on my table there next to me, because I'm going to fucking fix it. Maybe not today, maybe, but if not today, then tomorrow it's getting fixed. Okay. More gold. All right, let's see. Is this bag right here, okay? This is a mix of all sorts of stuff. Some of this stuff is listed and not put away, which is ridiculous because like it's, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. And like literally I'm looking in here and going, oh my God, I forgot this stuff existed. So there's this dress. I think this dress just needs to be like listed. It was probably put up on Whatnot a day. I was gonna photograph it another day, whatever. So this is the like, we need to get it listed pile. It's so big. Okay. Now I'm floundering because here's the thing. I've got men's clothes to be listed. Then I've got the to be listed immediately. But now you see, like I want to start a third pile that's like to be listed, but like not this week, but like has to get listed someday. And now there's too many piles. I've got too many piles already. And this is what happens to me when I'm organizing, but also part of the reason I'm doing this in front of you is so that you can see that this is what happens, because maybe you relate to it or you think I'm insane. Both of those things are understandable. Okay. This is just a cute little jackety thing that needs to get listed. Not immediately, someday. And again, this is like ideally something that I would want to style with other things. I just don't know what, so I keep shuffling it around. Corduroy pants. I think that these are here because I think I was going to list them and they're really cool. I think that they don't, I don't remember. They were on Whatnot at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're definitely to be listed later. We'll see. This is this adorable little dress that I got on Depop. I wore it in a video for you. And why is this here? I think it needs a repair at a sleeve. Yeah. I mean, nothing too big deal, but this fabric is difficult to work with. It needs a repair. Let's just leave it at that. You don't need to see the fucking repair Laura, they don't care. Needs a repair. It's fine. So put that in the to be repaired pile. In my head, I want to repair it sooner rather than later. But the reality is I want to repair half of these things sooner rather than later. So when I keep them to the side, like that, I end up with this, right? So, okay. I don't want to take everything out of this bag, I don't think. This is already listed. This is already listed. This is listed and a little inventory bag. It's just not in an inventory box. What is this? These are these returned? These are pants that I had listed. They sold, and then the person returned them because they were too big for her, even though, whatever. No, I'm not, okay. This dress, I think this dress is listed. This is so ridiculous. Listed, not put away. This is nothing yet. Washed, needs to get listed. It's not a good whatnot piece. So that's going to go in the to be listed someday pile. This also needs to be listed. Yeah, I guess I'll just list it. It's like not my jam, but I guess it's cute. We'll see, whatever. Needs to be listed. I don't feel like it's a good whatnot piece. This, oh, this is adorable. So this, I think what this was a bag of stuff that I washed at the laundromat, and some of it got like listed elsewhere. Some of it got put away, but the stuff that I hadn't done yet, I just threw more things on top of them in this bag. This was on whatnot, but then I washed it because I'm getting ready to like list it. So it's been sitting in this bag, forgot it existed. This is a shirt that I washed. I think it needs a repair though. It at least needs to get listed, but I think it also needs something fixed on it. I don't remember. Oh, it's cute. I don't know. You also don't need to watch me, but here's the thing. You kind of do. I mean, you don't need to watch me, but I need to figure out, does it need a repair or can I put it in the to be listed pile? The nice thing about doing this with you also is that I have 800 of these super bright lights on, so I can hold it up and see if there's a hole. I feel like that's what it was that there was some sort of hole that needs patching. I don't see it though. Oh, yeah, there's a hole. Look at that. It's a little beyond patching, I would say, Laura. Looks like somebody tried to patch it once already. That didn't go well. I don't know what to do with this. So I don't feel like it's a lost cause shirt, but it's definitely now a project shirt. Is it both sleeves? Doesn't matter. We don't need to examine the extent of the damage. What we do need to do is put it in a pile to be dealt with later. And then this one also might need like a minor repair. Look at how cute this is. It's like a little, but where are we doing? So there's this like rainbow elastic at the center, and it's got all these little, like it has a hole here and a little hole there. Sorry about the bright light when I get up close. So this is also a project-y piece. So put that in the project-y piece pile. This, I'm going to take these things that are listed and throw them back in this bag so that I can deal with all of those. They probably shouldn't even go in a bag. They're going in a bag. We're not overthinking this. I have to literally toss this now because I have so many piles. Okay. This is another of my own personal clothing items thrown, which also needs some kind of repair. I think this is like a 20s robe, which I really love, but it's also got like this going on, right? So I don't know what to do about that, if anything. I mean, I have an idea. Anyway, whatever. Here. All right. This is my own personal item as well. I wore it for a whatnot show or something. And it just needs to get hung back up. A lot of my own personal clothing. Mine. I actually was looking for this to wear for this video and I couldn't find it. Guess why? In the hoard pile. All right, let's see. Put that away. All right, that's a hanger that I don't see. I don't know what to do with this either. It keeps getting shuffled as well. This needs to be listed. It's very cool. It's like an old army but it's got like a million moth holes, but I think it'll still sell well anyway. So whatever, had that listed on Whatnot at some point. There we go. This was a Whatnot blouse that didn't sell, that needs to be listed somewhere. Put that in the eventually list it. This was also offered up on Whatnot, needs to be listed. This is one of those things, like I buy these things because people are like, oh, flannel shirts, they do so well. Everybody loves flannel. And then I buy it and like I cannot sell it to save my fucking life. So I don't know. All right, let's get you folded up and put in the to be listed menswear pile. All right, what is this? Oh, these are shorts. This is sad. These are adorable shorts. They're inside out right now. I don't know what to do with them. They're really cute. They're like 50s shorts and they need to be listed. I had them in my personal wardrobe, but the problem is there was a point where I was really skinny a couple years ago and they fit me when I was really skinny. And at that point they just fit me, right? Like they were very tight, not uncomfortable, but tight. And like I'm very far away from that. And I don't think I will get back to that kind of weight again because it was too skinny. So I should sell them, but I obviously can't model them because I can't get into those. So maybe I'll put them in Whatnot actually, but that's like a summertime Whatnot thing. We'll do that. All right. This is a dress that was in Whatnot that needs to be listed eventually. And it has this piece that goes with it. All right. Put you there. This is one of two pillow shams. I love this. I think it's so pretty. It's been drafted. Okay, this is how long this has been going on. This is drafted on Etsy. Now, I don't draft things on Etsy anymore. I draft them in Vendoo because I list them everywhere. So this was drafted before I got Vendoo. And I started using Vendoo in October of 2023. It is currently, in case you're watching this at some point in the future, December of 2024. I have had this already drafted for over a year. The reason that I have not photographed it and listed it is because this is torn, right? So that's that little envelopey flap guy, and it's torn. And when I drafted it, and it's torn on both ends, and I think that the second one also has tears as well. It's like this chiffon-y Georgette kind of fabric, so it's, you know, it frays easily and stuff. So once it's torn, it's a little hard to repair properly. But here's the thing, I could just list it with the flaw, right? It doesn't, it's on the back. It's not like a make or break it kind of situation. And I was like, I'll just fix it. And then I looked at it, I was like, I don't know if I can fix that. And then I was like, too much to think about. I'll think about it later. For over a fucking year, okay? It's gonna get listed, put in the listed immediately pile. There's a second one in here somewhere. This is a shirt to get listed on eBay. This is a project sweatshirt. It's a really cool sweatshirt, but it experienced a whole bunch of color bleed and I have to like dye it or something. What do we got going on? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is embarrassing. Okay. Here's the second pillow sham. Okay, that's getting fucking listed in the immediately listed pile. What is this? Oh, this is my shirt. Another one of my own personal wardrobe items. No wonder I can never find anything to wear. It's all over here. It's ridiculous. Okay, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with this. Strawberry shortcake curtains. And when I got them, I was like, oh, cool. I looked them up. I forget what the, you know, whatever. I think I wrote the draft up already, and I listed it, I drafted it for like $79 for the pair of curtains, right? But here's the problem. When I finally went to take photos, they're both the same side of the curtain. So the way the curtains are, it's like a pair of curtains and they've got ruffles on either side, but I have like two right sides or something stupid like that. And I was like, Durr! And then my brain just froze and became incapable of making a decision on what to do with these. Because here's the other thing. I also do not want to take photos of these. I don't have a good setup for taking photos of curtains. I don't know why I bought them. So whatever. I really was like an inch away from just donating them. And then I was like, no, Laura, that's silly. You did half the work already, just meh. But then that's been well over a month since that happened. Okay, let's see, what's over here? This is a tablecloth that I did, like, I took a couple of photos of it, but I feel like I need more, I think. Maybe not. I started a draft, but didn't finish it. And then it's been sitting in a pile for God knows how long. Look at how much of this pile we dealt with. Okay, let's see. I've got, let me end this in about 10 minutes, but to really like give you some bang for your buck, let's see what's in one of these IKEA bags. Wait. Okay. Oh, this is such good times. We've got another old favorite, Laura's personal wardrobe. How do I do this? I mean, I know how I do it. I'm living my whole life in my own brain. I know how this happens. This is a bra that I bought that I'm going to dye some kind of color. I'm going to throw this way in the other room because there's a whole bag of bras in there that need to get dyed. So, okay. Dirty tissue. Remember I said there was a lamp? Here it is. Here's my lamp. I used this actually to list something, but this was a bedside lamp that I had for a while, and then I decided not to use it as a bedside lamp, and it's been literally shuffled around in an IKEA bag for weeks. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, so this bag has been in this state for probably multiple years. There's so much stuff in here. And I'm not dealing with this right now. Oh, number one, here's my glasses that I never wear because I'm so blind. Look, I'll show you why I never wear them. Besides the fact they're filthy. Okay, you see what they do? This is how I'm blind. And my eyeballs are like so tiny because my glasses are so thick. All right, anyway. I'm gonna put these up here because I was actually looking for them. Okay. This bag has got so much random stuff in it. These are playing cards. These are weird little like fake tattoo things that I thought would be cute whatnot giveaways, but I don't ever do whatnot giveaways. This is a patch that I got that I'm actually going to sew on a jacket someday. I actually have several patches that I'd like to do that with. There's a whole bunch of belts in here. At some estate sale at some point, there were just a bunch of random belts that I took. This bag is just such a mishmash of weird. There's like broken jewelry and stuff in here. It's like, and of course it's like vintage broken jewelry, whatever. All right, I know that I'm not supposed to be doing this, but we are once again avoiding this for the moment because I certainly don't want to deal with that on video with all y'all. These are buttons that Whitney gave me that have to go in my button box. So I'm gonna go over there. All right. Back to some normal stuff. Pants that I drafted that need to get listed. They don't fit me, so I can't model them. Sorry, hold on. All right, this is a shirt that my dad and his wife made me and sent me. So at least this bag, I mean, it does have stuff that's really old in it. I don't know how this got in there because I just got this for Christmas. So let's see. It says, not made to be subtle, in case you were wondering what it said, and it's very accurate. So let's see. This is a sweater that probably needs to be listed. It does need to be listed. It was on Whatnot at some point. It had some little holes in it. I repaired the little holes and have done nothing with it since. So needs to be listed. So when I get off the call with you, this is a YouTube video, Laura. When I end this video, what I will do next is deal with some of these piles a little bit. So I have piles of stuff that need to be repaired, etc. I have piles of things that need to be listed, but not right now. So I do have other bags of inventory that are things that need to be repaired, need to be listed. So I will kind of like add those to their respective bags. I will put my own personal clothes away. There's quite a few of them at this point. And then the stuff that's listed already that was just not put away in inventory, despite the fact that I have 7 billion empty little inventory spots, those will get put away in inventory. So that'll happen definitely tonight. These are going to go with my eBay lingerie, a couple pairs of panties. This is another personal wardrobe item. I'm just going to put it away. It does actually need a little bit of repair, had a little hole in it, but I'm going to just put it away anyway, and we'll deal with that some other time. Okay, I need to fold it perfectly for you. Get those put away. This, I don't know what to do with this. This is a Free People shirt that I bought for myself, and I tried it on, and I'm not really thrilled with it, so I don't know if I will keep. I'm not going to list it because it's not going to be worthwhile. As you can see, I have so much stuff to list. I don't sell modern stuff anymore, and I don't think it's going to sell for that much, so I don't know. I might redonate it. I haven't decided. So I'll put it in the to be listed pile for now, even though I probably won't be. This is some more eBay lingerie. Yay. Let's see. Oh my God, seriously, Laura? This is ridiculous. Okay. This came from the Manic Panic thrift haul, estate sale, whatever. When I went to Manic Panic and bought stuff, I got these there. These need to go on the eBay lingerie pile. This is just a sweater that I had in my own personal wardrobe for a while, and then I put it on Whatnot. I can't believe it didn't sell on Whatnot, honestly. I'm very surprised, but I'll put that in my to be listed pile. So cute. I could probably throw it back up on Whatnot again, but whatever. This is going to go in eBay lingerie. I dyed this. It's so cute. Love it. Let's see. Then, I hate my life. No, I don't, but it's ridiculous. These are bath bombs that I bought, again, over a year ago. Also, they are so potent smelling. I bought them as gifts, didn't send the gifts out, and haven't used the bath bombs. Whatever. These are pants that I bought and were on Whatnot for a while, and they were getting a lot of attention, but they didn't sell, so I don't know, whatever. I had them listed higher. I think I had them listed for like 30 bucks. So I'll put those in my to be listed pile. These are more eBay panties, but they kind of need some attention. I'm just going to put them though, again, with the eBay lingerie for now. A pair of socks that should go in my sock drawer. This is my own, ooh, that's a hanky, but that's one that I will use. I try to use handkerchiefs now instead of tissues. This is this amazing lingerie piece that I bought it in a estate sale where I got all of the nylons, and no way am I letting this leave my house. This thing is amazing. It's like a 4-piece set. So, all right, it's mine. Here's the pants. They're amazing. Fucking palazzo pants. Where's the fourth piece? The fourth piece is the best part. There it is. It's like a little bra top. It's so cool. I'm not going to show it to you. I have like 2 YouTube shorts, and one of them is about that. So anyway, okay. Then look at this. This is a box of patterns. I don't even know how long I've had these. At some point I got a shit ton of patterns. I did list some of them, but my problem with patterns is that like I feel like I have to go through all of them and make sure that they are here. I actually did that at one point. I went through a whole bunch and I sorted them, ones that were complete, ones that were like uncut and everything. And I made sure it had all the parts, and I don't know what these are. So I will have to do that again. Or I could just somehow donate these, right? Because I don't need to deal with patterns. I don't know. If you want to box patterns, let me know. So I don't even know what to do with these again. Because this is the thing. It's just like, this doesn't have a category in my house except stuff I don't know what to do with. So I keep shuffling it around. Honestly, that's really the stuff that I just need to donate, right? This is a bag that I found. I was super excited about. And the only reason that I still have this is because, Sheila, if you're watching, you can let me know. I don't know if you would watch the video this long, but I had another one of these at one point, and you mentioned that Audrey might want it. And for all of you who are not Sheila, Sheila mentioned that someone she knew might want this other bag that looked just like this, but like it was broken somehow or had like threads that were whatever. And I ended up donating that bag because I was like, yeah, this isn't really useful this way. But then I found this one and I was like, oh, this is so cute. I can list it on Whatnot unless Sheila wants it. So Sheila, do you or Audrey want this? It's very cute. It's actually has handles and it works beautifully. And I've had it for, I don't even know how long. So let me know. This is going to go over here. Okay. And then finally, another pair of my own. What happened to you? These are my own shorts. They also, though, need repair because you have a giant hole in the booty there, right? And then also in the legs. And I want to like patch them up. But now I'm looking at them and I must have also like washed them with something. There's all like sorts of pink color bleed looking stuff. For now, they're just getting thrown in my wardrobe. And and apparently I got some sort of offer from AARP. This is garbage, that's what that is. Throw that over there. And then I emptied that IKEA bag though. Look how much you all helped me. All right, this was, for the record, highly embarrassing, mortifying, but I'm hoping that you relate to it. I'm hoping that it helps you, or that it, at the very least, that you watched a lot of this and that it counts on my views for YouTube. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know and maybe I'll do it. I don't know. We'll see. It is really pretty embarrassing. So I don't know, but I appreciate it if you did watch all this, and I appreciate it if you don't say mean things to me. And if you come back and watch more of my videos where maybe I'm not doing stuff with my hoard. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Bye.